This is Olga. If you haven't met Olga,
She talked about this
news. 5 minutes Russian time. She's going to be presenting Charm.
Alright, so a little taller. Okay, can everyone hear me? Great. So, good evening, everyone. It is with my most distinct pleasure that I would like to introduce you Dr. Charm Karansiri. Charm, as most of you know, has a very, very unique story. And he has an incredible journey to get here, and quite literally. So Charm was born in Albany, New York, to a family of first-generation immigrants to the United States from Sri Lanka, which I can certainly relate to. I'm not from Sri Lanka, but I am a first-generation immigrant to the United States. And Charm has a very unique name that doesn't mean like a little trinket that, you know, you can like dangle your necklace or something that's sort of like, if you Google it, supposed to bring you a lot of delight. Charm was named after charm quark, which is an elementary particle found in composite subatomic particles called hadrons, whatever that means. And those things apparently found in created a particle acceleration collision. And his unique name was given to him by his dad, who happens to be a physics teacher, just very passionate about things that he studies and loves, just like his son. So when Charm was just 2 years old, his family decided on a change of scenery and moved back to Sri Lanka, where he spent most of his childhood. And look at the beautiful place that is Sri Lanka. Actually, I feel like reading about it, it was a lot of things that I learned, and I'm very happy that this has given me an opportunity to do that, Charm. Eventually, the Karansiri family decided to move back to the United States, and after a brief stint in Los Angeles, they settled in our own Caribou, Maine. So, and it seems like after experiencing palm trees and beaches, the most logical step was potatoes and snowdrifts. And Charm made the most of his time in Caribou, from spectacular field trips to excelling as a student and an athlete in high school. After finishing high school, he went on to study biochemistry at the University of Maine in Orono, where he met quite a few people who are actually sitting in this room today, including myself, and his beautiful wife, Emily, who's been his rock throughout the residency. After college, Charm moved to Washington, D.C. and worked in research at NIH, focusing on post-transcriptional modifications. However, it didn't take him very long to realize that he'd rather be taking care of people than working on the molecules, and this realization led him to embark on his journey to medicine. He went to Tufts Medical School, which is also a lot of you in the room are alumni, again, including myself. Just a little plug for Tufts. And where he received a main track scholarship, but I think most importantly, it brought him back to his home state of Maine. So residency is a big and arduous time in the life of every one of us. And during residency, Charm has earned a reputation of being very thoughtful, humble, and dedicated to his patients. As his advisor and somebody who's worked with Charm on multiple occasions, I was repeatedly struck by his natural curiosity, compassion, kindness, and willingness to go above and beyond to take the best care possible of his patients. And I also have a story of the cake, and I feel like all of us have done our rotation at Biddeford, at Southern Maine Medical Center, and none of us have gotten a cake. So I don't know what's up with that, but clearly, Charmy, you really have impressed the staff at Southern Maine. And like most of us in this room, residency was not always kind to Charm. And I'm pretty sure during one of the many advisor meetings that we all have to attend, and ACGME makes us suffer through, sorry, Chris and James, I learned that in the span of what seemed to be a week or two, all of a sudden, Charm's whole family moved out of Maine. His pet bunny died, and his car literally caught on fire. So, and there he is, just like smiling, holding his head high, and talking about the future and basically where he's at through Morgan and McHale. It's like unbelievable. But throughout his residency, he's really made, like he's grown so much, and he's made a really kind of strong impressions on a lot of us. There are plenty of highlights to his residency, from being named the intern of the year during his first year of residency, to multiple praises by the clinical staff and faculty, to inspiring one of his patients to become an anesthesiologist. And that's something that Dr. Google kind of helped me with. So, and I'll tell you a very quick story. I'm probably over my 5 minutes that I promised, but that's okay. So,
She's just getting started.
I know. But so Charm, you know, for those of you who have ever worked in the Scarborough Surgical Center, it's an ambulatory surgical center where I think the efficiency is the key to kind of moving things along. And here goes Charm, is like as charming as ever, helping his patients, and apparently he promised someone to kind of show him what the endotracheal tube is and everything else that he's going to actually use on the patient. And here we are, right? I have 3 rooms, or I guess 2 rooms for the residents, sorry guys. But it's a fast-paced, tempo. And so we're about to induce, and Charm goes, "Okay, ma'am, so there it is." I'm like, "Charm, we gotta go. But I think it also tells like the story that the kind of person he really is. He promised someone to kind of talk about this, make him feel heard, comfortable, and just it's the sweetness that I really enjoyed about you, Charm, like during this year. Is you really cared about your patients. You wanted to hear them. And they knew about this. You wanted to provide the safe care that we all strive for. And I think we will all miss you very much. And it's very unfortunate that you're going to be leaving us. But before that, I have a few more slides, okay? So outside his residency, Charm is very passionate about all things outdoors. So especially snowboarding, mountain biking, although he says that he's not very good at it anymore. He also loves football, hockey, and is passionate about astronomy. And I guess the picture on the left, so I'm not sure if like 4 bags of potatoes is enough, but I guess, there's not enough potatoes unless it's, I don't know, it comes in 4 or 5. So here it is, Charm, and since Bunny's no longer here, now he's a wonderful dad to their cat Loki, and multiple pictures with his family. So he loves his family very much, and I'm so glad that they were able to join him today. I know they came a long way from Texas, and I can't tell you guys how important you are to him, and thank you so much for being here. The last slide, and this is definitely the last one. So when I asked Charm to like kind of tell me a little bit more about himself for this presentation, he said, "You know what? I have some dreams." So first one I understand. He wants to travel all over Europe. I'm like, this is great. Europe is wonderful. Then he wants to have a car that I don't know anything about. It's called Honda S2000. To me, it's just, I don't know, a piece of metal that has 4 wheels and can drive. And then his last kind of big dream apparently is owning a John Deere tractor. So here they are, dream big, Charm. I'm sure at some point in your life you'll be able to accomplish all of them, and I would really like to see pictures.